Good morning. Welcome to the CTM Analytics and Treasury One weekly market update. With me today is Andre Slier, currency strategist at Treasury One. Andre, we start off this week sort of a little bit unsure. There was, I'm talking about the US-Iran deal. They were in talks this weekend in Switzerland, but there were stages where President Trump threatened Iran, and Iran threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz. But still, everything is sort of going at the moment. What is your take of what's happening in the peace talks there and the impact it's had on oil over the past week?
Richard, yes, thank you very much, and good morning to everybody. If you look at the whole situation in the Middle East, and then a deal was signed, a memorandum of agreement was signed with 14 points on it. It clearly mentioned the 60 days, and I think put aside the threats at this point in time. I think let's rather focus on the positiveness. The peace talks did actually take place and started in Switzerland. There is a fair amount, a sizable delegation of the Iranians in Switzerland, same with America, and they are talking, and they have mapped out at least a path going forward for the next 60 days. So that's positive. I don't think that we should at all expect this 60 days to go past us without any hiccups, without any threats, and maybe even a little bit more than a threat in between, but I think it will continue. So I think it will have a positive effect on oil prices. The graph here clearly points out and shows us how much change there was. If you look at the difference between the red and the blue line, how much lower that red line is in terms of where oil prices is now a month later. That's positive. It's positive for the cost of energy, the cost of diesel, the impact of that directly on price increases in terms of logistical costs. That's a lot lower, and that's throughout the world. Could have a positive impact on what inflation expectations and so forth is. And I think one of the biggest things is that going forward over the next 60 days, we might start focusing a little bit more on economic data than purely just sitting talking about the impact of the war. So it will change more to how does economics look now after the Middle East war, and what can we expect from central banks and so forth.
Yeah, I'm talking about inflationary pressures and what central banks possibly can do is the core PCE, the favorite measure for the Federal Reserve to look at inflation, is coming out on Wednesday. And it's pointing to coming out at 3.4%, which is higher than the 2% inflation target. We've already seen Mr. Kevin Walsh have a hawkish announcement last week when they didn't change interest rates. What do you make of this above target price print from the PCE?
Yes, Richard, if you look at his press conference and you look at how hawkish he was during that press conference, then I would say that he's basically given us a hint that they expect the PCE to be a little bit higher than what they wanted, and also indicating that if that continues, the pressures of that on monetary policy and almost sort of igniting that little fire that there could be an interest rate increase on the cards. And the markets tells us that there will most probably be, and that there could be further hikes around October. But we should also keep in mind, if the next 60 days goes well, oil prices decline further and comes down further, then the impact of that on inflation and where inflation could go could be more positive, and you could then tend to get closer to the 2% by April next year. If that's the case, it would be very interesting to see whether, if you had increased interest rates at the next meeting, whether you will increase further as the 60 days went well, and by that time we'll know that, and we'll know whether there is a turn in inflation. And then I mentioned it last week, central banks look forward. They do not really look backwards. So the next 60 days and impact on inflation and changes becomes really important. But immediately, this 3.4%, if it comes out there, will be a very negative signal in terms of what happens to interest rates and could spark off that 0.25% increase.
Yeah, Andre, all of this news, the 60 days, oil prices, inflation, interest rate decisions across the world, all has an impact on what's happening in the South African rand. We've been advocating 1625, 1675 for a while now. We briefly broke 1625 last week on the back of the memorandum of incorporation, memorandum of understanding, about what's happening in the US-Iran deal. But now we're back in the mid-40s, and the rand seems comfortable here. Anything that you think will make it break out of these ranges?
Yes, Richard, let's for a moment just look at a nice little positive wave that we've been running, being taken off the grey list. Ratings agencies gave us some good news. Higher and elevated commodity prices, more money in terms of profits, trade balances, exports, everything is positive and looks good. Mr. Godongwana is smiling on the fiscal side, but a lot of that positive wave also rided on lower interest rates and a path downward. When inflation was a lot lower and in America seemed to have gone lower, and then came the Middle East war, changed everything. And now, and we've just spoken about what Mr. Walsh can do on the monetary policy side in terms of America. If they increase, that simply means that interest rates stays longer for a little bit higher for a little bit longer. And if that's the case, that changes the path of the dollar a little bit. And we've seen that the dollar is not that rapidly and quickly declining in value. It's actually staying relatively strong. And that kind of distracts from this positive wave that the rand's been riding. And I don't see anything coming through right now that can pull us back into a real great level of this positive wave. So with where we are trading now, away from the very strongest points that we have been trading, in the middle of a discussion and the beginning of the discussions around the peace situation in the Middle East, I'm very happy still with 1625, 1675 and trading at the levels where we are.
Andreas, thank you for your time. We'll be back next week. Enjoy the week that's ahead. Just for now.